Hey everyone, the Black Friday deals have gone live and today we're checking out games at brand new low prices and under $5 that you can pick up for your Nintendo Switch. There are more than 2,000 games on sale this week. A lot of them are at prices we've seen before. However, we do have a few notable games at new lows that might just surprise you. Welcome back to the crew, and for those that are new here, welcome to the channel. Thanks for checking out the video. I hope I can help you find something fun to play and save you a few dollars in the process. If you enjoy the video, please remember to leave a like down below, and of course jump in the comments and let me know what games you plan to pick up before the deals are gone. The Last Campfire is a gorgeous puzzle-style adventure game offering roughly 6 hours of gameplay on average, and the download comes in at about 2.5 gigs. The story is incredibly emotional and it really grips you, so don't be surprised if you finish in one session. Now there's no combat, just some light exploration and puzzle solving, so it's a relaxing experience with a beautiful art design and great music. If you're interested in this one, make sure to grab it up before the deal ends on the 4th. It's marked down 85% to a new low of just $224. RICO is a first-person roguelike that features online co-op for 2 players. Again, I've personally tested this one and it works great. The game has tight controls and does feature motion aiming for aim assist, which I always appreciate, and it plays a lot like Payday if you remember those games. You'll have a set of missions to complete in each stage, and then you move on, while of course trying not to get shot. If you're interested in this one, make sure to grab it up before the deal ends on the 2nd. It's marked down 85% to just $299, and you'll need about 5 gigs for the install. Up next we have SophStar, which is a vertical shoot 'em up that offers players an incredible gameplay experience and tons of replay value. You have 9 different ships to choose between, and there are a few different game modes for those that enjoy these types of games, but if you struggle with difficulty, they do offer an easy mode, so you can still pick it up without worry. It runs great here on the console, and you can tell it was made by people who love the genre. Right now it's on sale for just $389, marked down 70% with the deal ending on the 4th, and you'll need about 300 megabytes for the install. CrisTales is a turn-based RPG that has a ton to offer with a story that should last more than 25 hours, and it has a cool time-based mechanic that allows you to shift between the past, present, and future to solve puzzles and progress through to the end. The voice acting is great, the combat is fun, and right now it's on sale for just $399, marked down 90% again until the 2nd. You need about 3.5 gigs for the install. Next we have Fae, which is a single-player 3D platform adventure game with a unique gameplay mechanic that relies on sound cues in order to work your way through the story. The atmosphere is a bit dark and gloomy, and that may not be for everyone, but the game has plenty of charm and interesting moments to keep you sort of hooked in all the way through. You'll have to learn to speak with animals and plants through different sounds as you play, and they'll help guide you along in the roughly 5 to 7 hour story. Right now, Fae is on sale for just $399, marked down 80% with the deal ending again on the 4th, and you'll need a little over a gig for the install. Torchlight II is an amazing action RPG designed to be fun either solo or with a group of friends. It does offer both local and online co-op for up to 4 people, and has a download around 2 gigs. Now at its heart, it is a hack and slash RPG with dungeon crawling elements that are top notch, plus you even have character customization options as well, and a massive open world to explore. When you finished up, you can even jump into New Game Plus for more playtime. Right now it's on sale for just $399, marked down 80%, and the deal ends again on the 4th. Definitely check it out. West of Dead is a single-player top-down arcade-style shooter with a download around 1 gig and a main story that offers more than 20 hours of content. Now it is a roguelike, so keep that in mind, and I know that can be a deal-breaker for some, but if you enjoy them, this is a pretty solid game with great twin-stick action and a talented voice cast, which adds a lot to the immersion during the story. I love the graphical style as well, and right now you can pick it up for just $399, marked down 80% with the deal ending again on the 4th. Enter the Gungeon is a twin-stick shooter with a download around 450 megabytes, and it offers dozens of hours of gameplay due to the addictive nature of the gameplay loop itself and the difficulty, which kinda hooks you in and then rewards you when you get better. The levels are designed well, with the enemies being clever plays on different gun types or ammunition, and the boss battles are amazing, sharing that same theme of course, with the final fight being truly epic. Now it does have a multiplayer mode. Even if it is a bit limited, the entire game can be played locally with a friend. Right now you can pick up Enter the Gungeon for just $449, marked down 70% with the deal ending on the 4th, and that's a steal if you ask me. Jet Lancer is another great shoot 'em up here on the console. This time you have enemies coming at you from all different directions. It does a great job of giving you the freedom to move around quickly as you do your best to take them all out. It has a download around 365 megabytes and offers a good bit of replay value with a pretty solid campaign and New Game Plus mode as well. On top of that, you can customize your ship with a ton of different weapons, and a lot of them do feel great to play with. Right now it's marked down 70% to just $4.49, and the deal ends again on the 4th. Blazblue Cross Tag Battle is a multiplayer fighter with fun combat and a gorgeous graphical style here on the console. Now it does have a pretty hefty download as well at about 8.5 gigs, but with that comes a ton of replay value. The roster is made up of characters from a few different franchises, and the fighting does have a unique feature as well that allows you to tag in a partner for 2v2 combat. Now it was definitely a bit different from the other games in the series, but I think it's a steal this holiday season. It's on sale for just $4.59, marked down nearly 80%, with the deal ending on the 27th. A Short Hike is a memorable single-player adventure title with a gorgeous pixelated art style and an immersive soundtrack. In addition, the characters that you meet are unique, and you genuinely want to complete the different objectives that they ask for help with. As you play through, you'll find different secrets or items that you can use, and this will increase your ability to get around by either gliding or climbing. It is a peaceful game focused on exploration, and the only real downside is that it's only about an hour and a half long. Still, despite that though, it sticks with you for sure, and right now it's on sale for just $4.79, marked down 40% until the 4th, and the download is just over 400 megabytes. Yuoni is a single-player survival horror title that gives players a scary 3-hour story that revolves around a few grade school children and centers around themes of betrayal and revenge. As for the performance, it runs fine on the Switch and I had no major hiccups, and the atmosphere created within the game does fit well, plus the unique approach to the storytelling and audio design helps overall to make it stand out in a genre that's a bit oversaturated. Now, one thing to note is that there's basically no hand-holding, so it may take some time trying to figure out what to do, and I know that can be kind of frustrating in these games. It's a welcome addition to the survival horror library for sure. Right now you can pick it up for just $4.79, marked down 70% again until the 4th, and you'll need just under 3 gigs for the install. Disc Room is a pretty addictive, top-down arcade-style puzzler with a download around 390 megabytes, and it offers about 4 to 5 hours of gameplay on average. Now in this one we play as a young scientist, and we have to make our way through a maze of booby-trapped rooms full of deadly saw blades. The controls are tight, and it never feels like any deaths are cheap, plus each time you die you'll learn from it and be better prepared for the next run. It's a game that definitely hooks you in, and every time you die you just want to jump right back in and try again. Right now you can pick it up for just $4.94, marked down nearly 70%, and the deal ends again on the 4th. Another Crusade is a retro-inspired action RPG. It has a download around 1 gig and offers more than 20 hours of gameplay. It features turn-based combat with action cues, similar to Mario RPG or Sea of Stars, where timing can reward you with stronger attacks or better defenses. In addition to the combat, you have environmental puzzles to solve along the way, and there are a bunch of secrets to find and uncover as well. If you enjoy old school RPGs, definitely grab this one up before the deal ends on the 4th. It's marked down 75% to just $4.99. Up next we have Eldest Souls, which is a single-player top-down action RPG. It has a Souls-like boss rush feel to it, and can take more than 10 hours to wrap up. Now the game is incredibly challenging, so don't be surprised if you put dozens of hours in before finishing. It does have a download around 1.5 gigs and puts players into different combat scenarios that will require precise timing, and of course you'll have to spend some time learning the boss patterns as well before you can really master every fight. It's another game that hooks you in, and each death makes you want to jump back in and try again. And of course, if you're into the Souls-like genre, this is definitely a game I would recommend. It's just $4.99, finally dropping under $5, and the deal ends on the 4th. ROKI is a beautiful and emotional single-player puzzle-style adventure game where we play as a young female protagonist as she sets out to explore the wilderness and save her family. It's a great game for all ages with an easy-to-learn control scheme and family-friendly story that's free of any violence. Plus, the characters that you meet along the way are memorable as well, and right now you can pick it up for just $4.99, marked down 75% with the deal ending on the 4th. You need a little over 2 gigs for the install. Next we have Sunrise GP, which is another retro-inspired game on today's list. This time it's an arcade racer with a unique art style and a good bit of variety as far as the maps and locations go. On top of that, it offers 4-player local co-op as well. I picked this one up on day one and never felt any regret about it. The music is relaxing and the gameplay hits that nostalgic itch just right. If you haven't played this one yet and you're a fan of the genre, make sure to pick it up before the deal ends on the 4th. It's marked down 67% to just $4.99. You'll need a little over 2 gigs for the install. Up next we have Skullgirls 2nd Encore, which is an arcade-style fighter with both local and online multiplayer options, and the online offers up to 8-player PvP, which is always great. It does have a pretty hefty download at about 7.5 gigs, but of course your playtime should justify that if you plan to pick it up. The game is voice acted and includes the full roster of characters, and it's great for pickup and play sessions on the go. If you're interested in this one, make sure to check it out before the deal ends again on the 4th. It's marked down 80% to just $4.99. SteamWorld Quest Hand of Gilgamech is a single-player deck-building RPG with a download just over a gig, and the main story should take more than 15 hours to wrap up. The art and animations are amazing with this one, and you have a huge selection of cards to fill out your deck, plus enemy variety keeps it feeling fresh, and the story is pretty comedic at times, and of course moves along at a pretty good pace so you don't really lose interest. Right now it's on sale for just $4.99, marked down 80% to a new low, and the deal ends on the 2nd. This Way Madness Lies is a fun indie RPG with a small download around half a gig, and the main story should take roughly 7 to 8 hours to wrap up. The dialogue in this one is pretty interesting. You can change between modern day language and Shakespearean, and sometimes it can be pretty funny switching back and forth between the two to see how they compare. Now as for the gameplay, it's an adventure style RPG with turn-based combat where party members can combine attacks for even more damage. It's a pretty unique game overall, and right now it's on sale for just $4.99, marked down 50%, and the deal ends again on the 4th. Alright everybody, thank you all for hanging out. That's going to wrap up today's video. I hope you had a good time. Hopefully we helped you find something fun to play. Remember to leave a like before you head out, and stay tuned for more deals in the coming days. We're officially in the holiday season, and there's going to be a ton of great deals going forward. Take care everyone.